Hi, it's Jen with tipresource.com. I'm going to share with you the simplest way to make homemade applesauce. I make homemade applesauce every year. Super easy. I know a lot of people think it takes a lot of time. It doesn't. Let me show you what I'm going to do. Got myself a case of apples. I pulled out my crock pot. I have a potato masher, easiest thing in the world. I have my melon baller, my peeler. I'm using some cinnamon, and I use a little bit of juice. You can use any kind of juice you want. Okay, so let me show you a super simple way to get your apples prepped. Really quick, these are Honeycrisp apples. I got a case of them from Bountiful Baskets, but I use my peeler because to me this is way easier. I used to have a really fancy apple corer and peeler, and it sat on the cabinet, and I had to do all this crazy stuff, and honestly, it made a really big mess. And I realized if I just get my peeler out, peel these apples, of course these ones are huge, so it certainly takes a little bit more time, but I just get my peeler out, peel my apples, watch this, cut them in half. Melon baller, best thing in the world for coring an apple. I don't have any waste whenever I core my apples like this. And when I'm doing applesauce, I don't have to get every single little tiny peel off of there. I get the majority off. All I do is in really big chunks, chunk up the apples and put it in my crock pot. My crock pot is not on right now. I'm just trying to get all of my apples prepped. But this is the simplest applesauce. To me, the homemade applesauce, one is there's just no preservatives or anything in it. You can pop it in the freezer, so as you don't have to can it. So if you want, make your homemade applesauce in the crock pot, put it in Ziploc bags, stick it in the freezer. I'll keep for at least 6 months, if not longer. All right, so once I have enough apples peeled, this is all you're gonna do. Turn it on low if you want it to cook all day long. You can turn it on high if you want to go quick. I put a tablespoon of cinnamon. If you don't want the cinnamon, you don't have to. If I think my apples aren't gonna be quite sweet enough, I will add a little bit of honey. And I use about a half a cup or so, I'll probably use a whole cup in here today, but a cup of juice, any kind of juice. If you have grape juice or apple juice, or like this is pear juice, I would use anything that's more non-acidic. I wouldn't use orange juice or something like that, but basically any juice, just enough to get it started. I'm gonna cook it for roughly 8 hours. As it cooks, in a little bit, I'm gonna go in with my potato masher. The potato masher is the best thing in the world for mashing up applesauce. So after this cooks for several hours, I'm just gonna mash it up. I'll probably add some more apples on top after they cook down a little bit. And I'm gonna show you in a few hours what this looks like. So just get out these handful of things for super quick applesauce. So I've been cooking the apples with a tablespoon of cinnamon and just about a cup of, it was pear juice I used. You can use any juice. So this has been 3 hours. It's been on high, and all I'm going to do is take this and kind of smash it up a little bit. The ones on the bottom are going to smash up. The ones on the top aren't going to do much right now. But I've just kind of learned to mix it around just a little bit, add about 3 or 4 hours into it. Just kind of stir it around so nothing sticks to the side. If you want, you could actually use a vegetable oil spray on the side of your crock pot so then nothing will stick. So I'm just going to stir these up a little bit, and I will close it back up, and we'll probably be done in a couple hours. After mashing these apples down a little bit, I've got room to add more. This is going to be your last chance to add more. I always add more and fill it back up, just because I figure if I'm going to do the applesauce, I might as well get as much out of it as I can. But this will be your last chance because otherwise they will not cook up enough. So pop some extra ones on the top and you get yourself some extra applesauce in this one batch. So in adding the apples to the top, to kind of top this off, make sure you slice them up a little bit smaller than you did your original chunks so that will cook up just as quickly as the others. And I don't know if I've mentioned this through the process, I'm using Honeycrisp is the apples that I'm using. You can use all different kinds, but Honeycrisp makes a great applesauce. While I'm finishing up the applesauce, it's been cooking for right at 6 hours, and it's kind of like the end of the day. I started this at 1 o'clock, it's 7 o'clock now. So see how the applesauce, it's all bubbling? I am going to mash it up. I might add just a little bit more cinnamon to it, and basically I'm done. If you want, you can take an emulsifier that will blend this up also. Let me show you what that is. Hold on one second. All right, this is another really easy thing to do. If you'll take this emulsifier and you can pop that in your crock pot, and that'll blend up the applesauce too. Because we like our applesauce a little bit chunky, I don't use that anymore, but it's certainly a very easy thing to do. But see how juicy these apples are? That's the reason why I only added 1 cup of juice whenever I started. And look at, I mean, it's just mashes up beautifully. So I'm gonna finish mashing this up. I will most likely just store this in the refrigerator right now because we'll go through this pretty quickly, because we add applesauce to our oatmeal and we just eat it all day long. It's a great snack for the kids. Actually, even making fruit smoothies, you can add a cup of this applesauce to it also. You can use it for all kinds of things. All right, that's it. Nice and easy. Homemade applesauce in a few hours. And then actually, what I'm going to do for you later is I'm going to teach you how to make apple butter out of your applesauce. It's super easy too, of course, because that's what it's all about. Easy and almost free. That's my way. That's how I roll. Easy, almost free. All right, Jen Freeman, tipresource.com. Come by there. You'll find all kinds of free deals that I put up. I love like almost free things. And I will share with you tips and tricks and anything I possibly can to make your life easier and frugal in the same process. All right, come by Tip Resource and say hi.